I've watched too much Monty Python, please help me! What is up, guys? It's me, Chief Fan here. Welcome back to another video. And today, I'm going to be doing, what is this, the mid-year book freakout tag. And this is just kind of like a question. I'm not really doing this as a tag video, but more doing this as like a discussion video. Like, what are the best and what is the worst stuff I've read so far this year? And I don't think I've actually full out disliked any of the books that I'm going to talk about. It's just, there's one book that you can say I was very disappointed by, but I still kind of like that book. But anyway, I'm not going to waste any more time. You guys probably have seen this tag everywhere on BookTube. So, why waste the time? You guys know what it is. So, let's get into this. Alright, I have the questions pulled up right here, and it is, and it's from the original video, so it's, it was first meant for 2015, so I gotta replace 2015 with 2017. So, anyway, the first question is, of course, the best book you've read so far in 2017. That is, without a shred of doubt, The Nix by Nathan Hill. You guys have heard me talk about this book endless times before. I cannot express my love for this book enough. I'm now patiently waiting for Nathan Hill's second novel, whenever that will be. But The Nix is just glorious. It is just phenomenal. And I cannot recommend it enough. Alright, the second book I'm going to be talking about in the answer to the second question, I may go in a little more discussion about, because I have talked about this book before, but I really want to go in depth on why I chose it. And it's the best sequel you've read so far in 2015. I've really only read two sequels that I love. And the one I think I personally prefer is The Girl Who Played with Fire by Stieg Larsson. Oh my goodness. This is everything a good sequel should be. It picks up the pace right where the last book left off, and it just took me away. It just carried me throughout this entire gripping story that just had me flipping through the pages like the pages were on fire or something. I had to know what was happening next. And even though it's a pretty chunky book, it got me out of a massive reading slump, and it helped me get back into longer books. So, and also, we get so much more information about not only Lisbeth Salander, but Mikael Blomkvist as well. We get so much more about, like, the stories behind them, and why they're so demented, and why they're chasing after each other. Well, that's kind of duh, of course they're doing this for this reason moment, but, like, we get so much more information in this book. This is, like, if I look at a sequel, I will always be comparing it to this. This potentially, even though I didn't give it a 5 out of 5, it may potentially be the greatest sequel I've ever read. Number 3, new release you haven't read yet but want to, and I would say both Lincoln in the Bardo and Exit West by Lincoln in the Bardo by George Saunders and Exit West by Mohsin Hamid, but I've read both of them, and I didn't like either of them, but I've read both of them. And, I just don't really feel the need to, and those were the two that I was most excited about, so, yeah, I don't have an answer for this question. Alright, number 4, most anticipated release for the second half of 2017. Oh, crap, did I read 2015 for the first one? Oh my goodness, I may have to change that, but my most anticipated release may be different from a lot of other people's, and I saw I was debating between either Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng, which I already pre-ordered. I'm so excited for that book, but let's be honest. The moment I heard there was a new Jeffrey Eugenides book coming out, I had to hop on it! Fresh Complaint is his first short story collection, and it's coming out in October of 2017, and I am stoked for it. Middlesex is one of my favorite books of all time, and I also love the marriage plot. Virgin Suicides I'm not the biggest fan of, but I still really enjoy that book. But Middlesex is just brilliant beyond brilliant, and to see that he's trying short stories out is really interesting. So I cannot wait for Jeffrey Eugenides' Fresh Complaint. It sounds amazing. Number 5, the biggest disappointment for you, and it's not because I disliked this book. In fact, I did kind of like it. It's just, goodness was this book hyped up. It won the National Book Award. It won the Pulitzer. It has garnered so much attention. And when I finally picked it up, I was immediately disappointed. Like, some of the ideas that this book has was amazing, and I did a whole review of this book, but, like, I did this was one of the books I did in my, four book reviews, and I'm just wasting time. It's Colson Whitehead's The Underground Railroad. I just did not love this book as I thought I was going to. It was just, yeah, okay. Okay, that's great, but this part's just, okay. Yeah, but I just didn't love this book like everybody else did. And I know loads of people are going to be saying, why didn't you love it? I have a whole video on saying why I didn't love it. But, so I'm not going to waste any more time. I just wasn't the biggest fan of this. Number 6, the biggest surprise for you. Eileen by Ottessa Moshfegh. This is the first, like, really great book I read in 2017, and it just blew me away. The voice of this book is so gritty and so realistic that I loved her. I know loads of people hate this book, and I actually read Eileen by Ottessa Moshfegh's other major book, which is Homesick for Another World, which is their short story collection, and I hated that book. I thought some of the stories were god awful. But this book's just so good. And for a while I had it at a 5 out of 5, and while I did demote it from its 5 out of 5, I still love this book, and I can definitely see myself rereading this in the future. So, Eileen by Ottessa Moshfegh. It's gritty, it's disturbing, it's just great. Number 7, favorite new author, debut, or new to you? That has got to be Nathan Hill. I know that I already talked about the Knicks, but Nathan Hill just has so much potential as a writer, and the fact that his debut was so incredible that I think I have so much potential I see so much potential in this guy. I can't wait for his next book. I'm betting it's gonna be really good, or maybe it may suffer the sophomore syndrome. I don't know. Number 9, yeah, 9. No, 8. Newest fictional crush. I have none because I don't get with characters that way. I don't know. Number 9, there's number 9. Newest favorite character. Henry Winter from The Secret History. I know I first read this book in 2016, but I reread it this year, and Henry Winter is, oh my goodness, no, okay. Henry Winter is my new favorite character of all time. Sorry, Holden, you got beat out. I loved this. I loved Henry so much. I am not going to spoil his character. This is one of the characters where it's better you don't know anything about him going into this book. So I'm just going to leave it at here. Henry Winter is just he makes me speechless, especially if you can tell me from stuttering on and on. Number 10. Okay. Number 10, a book that made you cry. Now, I am shocked that I haven't talked about this book yet, because if I was to make my top 10 favorite books of this year so far list, this would be like number 9 or number 10. Like, I have like a couple, this would be like at number 9 or something. And that is, The Unseen World by Liz Moore. This book was incredible. And it's very heart-wrenching. Like, it's about this young girl named Ava who has her father, her father slowly decays as a person, and his mentality slowly decays over her childhood, and she has to end up practically living by herself and looking out for herself by the age of like 13. And it's very heartbreaking to see the only person she really knew and cared about slowly decay over time. And it was just a tragic book overall, but it also was just incredible. I loved this book, and I just love Liz Moore in general. I cannot recommend her enough, and so many people don't know her work, and I think she's just one of those underrated authors. Guys, go check out The Unseen World and Heft, which is her other main novel. Just read her books. She's amazing. Number 11, a book that made you happy. Quiet, The Power of Introverts in a World That Can't Stop Talking by Susan Cain. I'm guessing a lot of people would put like a fictional book at this spot, and I would have usually put a fictional book at this spot, but this book was seriously a life changer for me. It just put me so much in an uplifting spirit, and knowing that my life as an introvert, like, I'm much more of an introverted person for the majority of my life, and while I'm starting to get a lot more social now, I still have sides of introversion for me, and Quiet just helped me cope with that. It helped me feel better about myself. It was just incredible. And for that, it made me feel really happy to be who I am. So, Quiet, the Power of Introverts in a World That Can't Stop Talking. I can never remember the full name of these books. Like, nonfiction always has the longest names. I don't know why. But anyway, that book is amazing, and you guys should definitely check it out. It's my favorite nonfiction book of all time. Number 12, favorite book to film adaptation you saw this year. Oh yeah, it's none, because I don't really watch those things. Next. Number 13, favorite review you've written this year, and that is the video that I made on The Secret History. I think it was a 10-minute gush over that book, but I loved how enthusiastic I was. It just showed me my true enthusiasm, like, on camera, and I just loved it. It was a really fun video to make. Number 14, most beautiful book you've bought so far this year, or received. This is one of the books that I received as a birthday gift, and I showed this off in one of my hauls, but it's The Once and Future King by T.H. White. I'm just going to let you guys look at it for a few seconds. Do I even have to say anything else? I won't, that's why. And number 15, what books do you need to read by the end of this year? I wanted to read. I'm just gonna let my reading style go where it wants to go. I'm gonna definitely be reading Fresh Complaint by Jeffrey Eugenides and Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng when both of those come out. Those are the two books I'm gonna be reading for new releases in the second half of this year. And I want to get to The Brothers Karamazov by Fyodor Dostoevsky, but I don't know. I've really been sour with classics lately, and it's just, I don't know. I just don't really have any, like, motivation to really read The Brothers Karamazov right now, because I've heard it's one of the most dense books ever written. So, I think that's some of my choices, but I'm just going to let my reading taste go where it wants to go, because that's where I usually find the most success. So, that was the video, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below what you guys thought of the video, and as always, I'm Mega Man Chief Fan, and I'll see you later, guys.